I awake to my truth. 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 May the fire and passion for truth and liberation burns inside of me. I awake to my truth. I awake to the realization that I am in a dream of my own creation. The universe is within me. The universe sustains me. I am triumphant. All that I need to know, I already know. I am in command of the commandments command. The world is because I am. I am always and forever omnipresent. My true nature is I'm manifesting. I am eternal. I am all. I desire to know thy true self. I abide in self. I am perfect bliss.
And so, on your own, you want to say this 21 times. Is always good to say things. So now we're going to move to the part of self-realization. Why must I self-realize? The self is obscure behind the mind and is not in awareness of itself, or its light, or the other self in the body, what we call the soul. Because of this ignorance, the ego has risen up from the mind as the false self and has taken precedent over the self. Ego has been putting the self in slavery to the consciousness beings, the gods, ancestors, archangels, and the time has come for self-unification. The soul has split itself into duality to allow this person to be. Now the soul is longing to be whole, balanced self. Self-realization will allow the self, the spirit, the sleeping God within you to wake up. The soul is longing to be free and boundless. And so this is what we say again over and over to bring realization. So you see all these things, you're saying them 21 times.
I am supreme self participating in a dream of my own making. The self always exists. All is myself. I alone exist. I am supreme self. I am primal light. I am luminous, pure consciousness. I am Brahman. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am the eternal truth. I am formless, limitless, boundless, timeless, deathless. I was never born, so I can never die. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. My self-realization. I realize I am the supreme in this fractal form as a baby primal light self. I realize I am a participant in a dream of my own making. I realize the self fractalize and manifest the spirit, the personal self taking form as a human being. I realize the spirit is asleep behind the mind and must be awakened. I realize self is longing to be free and boundless. The spirit must merge back in union with self for the self to be whole, balanced, and harmony. I awake the self, the God in me. Awake, awake, awake. Oh, sleeping self. Arise, beloved self, the great I am. To awake to my truth, to awake to my true self, to invoke my true self blessings in life. I invoke my higher self, the witness self, the primal guru self, the dispeller of ignorance and the knower of consciousness. I realize I am a baby primal light, a baby son. I am a baby supreme self, I self-realize. I am not this body, neither am I this mind. I am luminous, pure consciousness. I am Brahman. I am supreme self. I am primal light. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I was never born, so I can never die. I am deathless, timeless, boundless, limitless. I am the eternal truth. I am the eternal self.
I want to be saying that like all the time, This is how you reprogram. You reprogram the mind and you reprogram yourself,
Right.
the baby self, to wake up.
Right.
Because it's sleeping and it does not remember itself. And the mind thinks that it is the real self.
Right.
So the ego thinks that it is the real self. And we have to get the ego to go looking for the self because it's obscure behind it. Let me show you what it looks like. When I was going through this journey, I never understood how the self and the mind was. And so when the self was coming back into the body, the primal light, she showed me what it looks like. So I saw one sheet, and the mind, the self hides behind the consciousness, and then it was more like a squiggly, spirally, like that. But I just make them straight lines. So this is what the duality consciousness is. So the mind is here and the self is here. So it doesn't know that the self is there. That's why it thinks it is doing all of this by itself.
Right.
So it's in ignorance. So this is what the mind is, one thin sheet like this. The self is hiding. This is the mind, and this is also the duality self. They have the same kind of way of being. The baby self is sleeping obscure behind the ego. The ego thinks that it is the self. It has arisen because the self sleeps. And this is why it's so important to wake up the baby self, the great I am. The God you are looking for is asleep within you. All right, so let's try to wake up that baby self. Remember, you're gonna, you have to chant the others one first. I awake to my truth, and then you come in and you say.